granddaughter. Still waters run deep. I hate to think of what you've been doing when your parents aren't watching. Hey, daughter-in-law, your conduct, if you don't mind me saying so, has been perfectly shocking. You should be setting a good example for the children. You are much too extravagant. A woman should be attired to please her husband's eyes only. It is not to be dressed up like a princess.
Madam Purnell.
And as for you, her brother, I truly respect and admire you. I truly do. However, if I were my son and you were my brother-in-law, I would never allow you to set foot in this house ever again. You're full of worldly advice that, quite frankly, no decent person should hear.
And Monsieur Tartuffe is perfect, I suppose.
He's a good man. And yes, many people would do well to listen to him. It sickens me to hear him being criticized by dimwits like you.
He never lets us have any fun.
To hear him talk, and he talks all the time, there's nothing we could do that wasn't a crime.
Whatever he forbids deserves to be forbidden. The man is trying to set you on the path to salvation. My son is right to try and make you all love Tartuffe.
I'd rather die. Nothing on earth can make me love that sanctimonious show-off. There's trouble coming our way, I can tell you now. And it's going to come down to me or him.
It's a scandal to see a nobody assume a position of authority around here. That stranger arrived barefoot, his clothes in tatters, and now he forgets himself, contradicts everyone, and tells everybody else what to do.
This place would be run better if he were in charge around here.
You think he's a saint, but believe me, he's nothing but a hypocrite.
Watch your tongue, young lady!
I wouldn't turn my back on him.
I can assure you, Tartuffe is a man of virtue. You all dislike him because he tells you the truth about yourselves. The one thing that he hates more than anything else in the world is sin. It's only the wishes of heaven that drive him.
Oh, really? Then how come he doesn't allow any visitors here anymore? Do innocent guests really offend heaven so much for him to make such a fuss? But I'll tell you what I think. Just between us girls, I think he's in love with the mistress and is jealous of anybody who visits her.
What a mouth on that girl! And as far as too many visitors are concerned, he's not the only one that's worried about all your guests. People do talk, you know.
But Madam Purnell, there isn't a wall high enough against slander. It would be pretty silly for us to go our best friends out of fear of what people might say. Besides, there's no defense against gossip. All you can do is try to lead a virtuous life and let the gossipers say what they please.
My neighbor Daphne isn't a gossip. She's a good Christian woman. I have heard that she disapproves of the things that go on here in this house.
Oh, Daphne's a perfect example. She's just a prude, now that she's an old lady.
What?
Sure, when she was attractive, she made the most of it. Now she turns her back on a world that's left her behind. As long as men were at her beck and call, she took advantage and enjoyed it all. But now, her charms not being what they were, she quits a world which is fast quitting her, and puts on virtue as a proud disguise to hide her faded beauty from her eyes. That's what becomes of old flirts today, distressed when all their lovers fall away. They see no recourse but to play the prude, uneasy in their dreary solitude, determined for all others to destroy the pleasure she no longer can enjoy.
Whatever. You keep telling yourself that everyone needs to get to sleep at night, but I won't stand around listening to another minute of this nonsense. Daughter-in-law, that speech was a perfect example of why God has brought Tartuffe into this house. Now more than ever, you need a virtuous voice to set you lost souls on the right path. Meanwhile, please tell my son that it will be a long time before I set foot in this house ever again. Hey! Quit sleeping on the job! Come on, get moving! Get moving, you lazy girl!
She certainly seemed absolutely taken with this Tartuffe of hers.
Oh, you should see her son. He's much worse. Ever since the master has become infatuated with Monsieur Tartuffe, secrets and treats him like a prudent advisor. Orgon is crazy about him. He hangs on Tartuffe's every word and repeats everything he says as though it were gospel. Meanwhile, Tartuffe knows a sucker when he sees one and is claiming him for everything he's worth. He's constantly finding new ways to make money off the master. And worse, Orgon lets him criticize us and tell us how to run our lives.
Orgon, tell me.
Oh, hello, brother.
Good to have you home, brother. Though sadly I must be leaving.
Just a moment, brother. I would like to see how things are here at home. Doreen, how has everything gone these past 2 days? How is everyone?
I'm afraid for the past 2 days, your wife has taken ill with fever and an incapacitating headache.
Oh, my. And, Tartuffe?
Tartuffe? Could it be better? Well fed, happy, his complexion is good, his cheeks are rosy.
Poor fellow.
The previous evening, your wife was so nauseous that she couldn't touch her dinner and nearly fainted from all the migraines.
I see. And, Tartuffe?
Oh, he hungrily devoured 2 partridges and half a leg of mutton, while the madam could do nothing but helplessly watch him eat.
Poor fellow.
She didn't sleep a wink that night. She was too feverish. We stayed up with her all night, worrying her till morning.
And, Tartuffe?
Oh, he grew pleasantly drowsy as soon as he left the table, went up to his nice warm bed where he slept like a baby until the morning.
Poor fellow.
We finally had to call a doctor who came and insisted that she be bled in order to feel better.
And, Tartuffe?
Oh, he's managed to keep his spirits up. In fact, this morning he had 3 glasses of wine with breakfast to make up for all the blood the mistress had lost.
Poor fellow.
They are both now fully recovered. I'll go tell Madam how relieved you are that she's feeling better.
She was laughing in your face, brother. And I hate to say it, but she had every right to. And this man you've rescued from poverty, giving him cast such a spell on you that you will put everything second to him.
I understand your concern, brother, but you don't know him.
Yes, I'll confess. I don't know him. Can you really say that you do?
You have to meet him. Once you meet him, you'll understand why I'm so charmed by him. He's such a spiritual man. He makes you forget about all of your worldly attachments, including family. Why, my wife and children could perish tomorrow, and I'm convinced it wouldn't bother me in the least.
Nice.
If you were there when I met him, you'd be his friend too. He used to come down to our church every day and kneel down near me in such a gentle manner, and oh, the way he prayed, so passionate. And when I would go out, he would run ahead of me to offer me holy water at the door. And because of his poverty, I would offer him donations, and when I would, he would try to give half of it back to me. And when I would insist that he would take it, he would give it to the poor. I saw him, he would do it right in front of me. Oh, I just had to take this man into my home. And ever since I have, my whole household has gotten better. He ensures everything. He's even taken a strong interest in my wife. He tells me when people are looking too kindly at her, why, he would think he's more jealous of her than I am. And, oh, he's so hard on himself. Just the other day, he confessed to me tearfully that he had caught a fly that was irritating him while he was praying and killed it in a fit of anger.
Give me a break, brother. Are you playing a trick on me? Come on. Some people pretend to be religious, the way others pretend to be brave. The truly brave display their courage when the chips are down, but the truly pious man never shows off. I mean, it's as though you can't tell the difference between the mask and the true face.
So I'm just an idiot being taken for a chump, is that it? You come here and without ever having met the man, get to tell me the way things are.
Orgon, please. I don't mean to come off as presumptuous, but you have to understand that in my travels I've had some experience dealing with these charlatans, people who dedicate their souls to their own self-interest. The sad truth is there are people out there that treat religion as though it were a business. I'm not saying that there aren't truly religious people out there. I've had the good fortune of meeting up with them as well. People who show true kindness to their fellow men in Christian ways, without making a show of their Christianity. These are the men that win my admiration. These are the men that are worthy of emulation. Your man is not that sort at all, I fear, though I do believe your praise for him is completely sincere.
Are you through?
No, brother. There is actually one other matter I wish to discuss with you. Did you give your daughter's hand in marriage to Blair?
I did.
And you even set a date?
I have.
Then why do I not hear you have postponed the wedding?
I don't know.
Have you something else in mind?
Maybe.
So you're going back on your word.
I didn't say that.
Can you think of any reason that will prevent you from keeping your promise?
Perhaps.
I only asked because Blair was concerned and asked me to inquire about it.
Uh-huh.
So what should I tell him?
I don't care.
So what are your plans?
To do as heaven commands.
Brother, just to be clear, you have given your word to Blair. Do you intend to keep it? Yes or no?
Oh, Marianne. Sir, I wish to speak with my daughter, if you will excuse us, please. Marianne.
Father?
Marianne, come in, sweetheart. I wish to speak with you.
Yes, Father.
Now, Marianne. Marianne, I've always known you to be a very sweet-natured girl. And you've always been very close to my heart.
I've always been so deeply grateful for your love, Father.
Well said, daughter, and you can repay me if in all things you'll cheerfully obey me.
It is my pleasure to please you.
Excellent. Now, what do you think of Tartuffe?
What do I think?
Of Tartuffe, yes. Now, think carefully before you answer.
Well, I'll say whatever you want me to say about it.
Well said, daughter. Now, say this. Say that his good works shine through him everywhere, and that he touches your heart, and you would be delighted if I chose him to be your husband. Say that. Well?
Well, what?
What?
I beg your pardon?
What's the matter?
Did I misunderstand?
Misunderstand?
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you want me to say, Father? Whom hath touched my heart? That I would be pleased if you chose whom as my husband?
Tartuffe.
Oh, no. No, that's impossible. Why would you want me to say something that isn't true?
But I want it to be true, and all you need to know is that my mind is made up.
But Father, you can't seriously expect me. I mean, what you're asking is impossible.
Yes, daughter, I intend to make Tartuffe a member of this family by making him your husband. And since it's your pleasure to please me, what are you doing here? Eavesdropping?
There's a rumor going around that you intend to marry Marianne to Tartuffe. I laughed because I knew it was a joke.
Well, it's true.
I don't believe you.
You will before I'm through.
Yeah, right.
Honey, I'm serious.
Don't believe your father. He's joking.
Telling you.
Nope, sorry. It's no use. We just don't believe you.
Don't irritate me, Doreen.
Fine, we believe you. But how a man who looks intelligent enough can act like such an idiot is beyond me.
You have been much too familiar lately, young lady. I am warning you.
Take it easy, take it easy. I'm only trying to keep you from looking like an idiot. Why, a religious man such as Tartuffe surely must have less earthly pursuits than marriage. Besides, what's the point of marrying your daughter to a beggar?
His poverty is unquestionably honest poverty. We should respect him for it. I'm sure he lost all of his money, but that means he was focused on the eternal and not material things. And with my wealth, I shall help him regain his fortune. Besides, poor or not, you only have to look at the man to realize that he is a gentleman.
Sure, just ask him. And that vanity does not sit well with his piety. Let me ask you, when you take up an innocent, holy life, should you really boast about your name and family connections? What is the point of this pride? Okay, I see this line of questioning upsets you. All right, let's talk about him as a person, not as a nobleman. Do you think it's a good idea to give a young woman like your daughter to a man like that? Is it really appropriate? Think of the consequences of such a marriage. Be careful. A young woman's virtue is imperiled, sir, when such a marriage is imposed on her. If one bridegroom isn't to one's taste, it's hardly an inducement to be chaste. It's hard to be a faithful wife, in short, to certain husbands of a certain sort. And he who gives his daughter to a man she hates must answer for her sins at heaven's gates. Think, sir, of what dangers this planet of yours could expose you to.
And now I'm taking advice from the maid on how to behave.
You should take my advice.
Honey, I am I know what's best for you. Now, I know I promised you to Valere, but people say that he gambles, and I suspect he's something of a free thinker. I hardly ever see him at church.
Do you want him only go to you when you do, like some people who only go to be seen?
Nobody asked you, Doreen. Tartuffe is in good with God, and that is better than any earthly pleasures. You two will never fight, and you can make out of him whatever you want him to be.
She'll make a fool of him. Just wait and see.
How dare you?
The man was born to be cheated on.
Don't interrupt me. Why can't you learn that certain things are none of your concern?
It's for your own sake that I interfere.
Very nice. Now please be quiet. Do you hear?
If I didn't love you,
Spare me your affection.
I'll love you, sir, in spite of your objections.
Damn it!
I couldn't bear it, sir, for your sake, to let you make such a ludicrous mistake.
Are you through?
My conscience will not let me rest if I allow this marriage and not protest.
If you don't hold your tongue, you little shrew.
What? Lose your temper? A man of God like you?
Yes, I am maddened by it. Now, once and for all, will you please be quiet?
Be quiet.
Mary.
But I'll be thinking hard.
Now, Marianne, I have given this a lot of thought.
Oh, it's infuriating not being allowed to speak.
Now, I know that Tartuffe is no pretty boy.
You can say that again.
But there is more to life, sweetheart, than looks.
No man will marry me against my will and hope to get away with it.
Clearly, you had no intention of obeying my orders.
What's wrong? I wasn't talking to you.
What were you doing?
Talking myself.
No, Marianne, you must trust me on this matter. And believe that the husband that I have chosen for you, your wedding day. Why aren't you talking to yourself?
I have nothing to tell myself.
Come on, just say one little word.
No, thank you.
Oh, I dare you.
How stupid do I look?
Now, Marianne, you must obey me on this matter and marry Tartuffe.
You couldn't get me to marry him.
Oh! That servant of yours is worse than the plague. Her insolence infuriates me. I'm in no condition to go on. I need to go for a walk to calm down.
Cat got your tongue? Are you mute? Have you lost the ability to speak? How could you just stand there throughout all that idiotic nonsense without saying a word?
He's my father. What can I do?
You can do whatever you can do to prevent this disaster.
Like what?
I don't know. Tell him horses don't fall in love with someone else's command. Tell him your husband must be someone of your own choosing and no one else. Tell him if he loves Tartuffe so much, why doesn't he marry him? Tell him something.
I know it's silly, but I've never had the strength to stand up to my father.
You're going to have to get over that. I mean, Valera's offered his hand in marriage. Do you love him or don't you?
How could you even ask me that question, Doreen? How many times have I poured my heart out to you? You know how madly in love I am with him.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about you.
But I do love him. I do. I do.
And Valere, does he love you too?
I think so.
And you both wanted to get married.
Oh my, yes. Yes.
Good. And what do you plan on doing about this other proposal?
I don't know. I'll kill myself if they make me marry somebody else.
There's a thought. Why didn't I think about it? It's brilliant. To get out of this, all you have to do is die. It's perfect. I hate that kind of talk. It ticks me off.
Well, I can't help it. I'm easily afraid.
Lovers have to be strong.
My love for Valere is strong. Besides, shouldn't it be up to Valere to deal with my father?
Wait. So your father is this fantastic creature who drools over Tartuffe, even though he's already promised you to Valere. But you're just going to leave it up to your boyfriend to do all the hard work?
Yeah.
Really?
But Maureen, you can't seriously expect me, like, go up to my father and he'll be all right.
No. You know what? Clearly you wish to be a Madame Tartuffe. And now that I think about it, I was crazy to try and talk you out of it. I mean, Monsieur Tartuffe, there's a real catch there. Let me see. Mrs. Tartuffe. Marianne Tartuffe. Mrs. Marianne Tartuffe.
Oh, God.
Oh, the joy you'll feel when married to such a fine man.
No, Doreen, please stop talking in that way
No.
Come on, Doreen, you're my most trusted friend in the world.
Hey, I'm just a maid.
But, Doreen,
Nope, sorry. I promise you. You shall be thoroughly Tartuffified.
but, well, okay, fine, you leave me no choice.
You're pathetic. All right, I'll help you. Don't worry, we'll find some way to get out of this mess. Oh, look, here's your Valère now.
Well, I just heard some exciting news, and I've got to say, it's pretty surprising.
What's that?
That you are to marry Tartuffe.
That is my father's intention.
Your father?
Has, yes, changed his mind. He just told me so himself.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously.
And what do you have to say about all of this, madam?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No?
You don't.
No. What do you think I should do about it?
I think you should marry her.
Really? That's your advice?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, I think you should jump at it. Sounds like quite the honor.
Well, then I'll take your advice, thank you.
No problem. That advice shouldn't be too hard for you to follow.
No harder, I'm sure, than it was for you to offer.
I only offered it to please you.
Well, then I'll follow your advice just to please you.
Let's see how far these two are willing to take this.
So is that all my love means to you?
Please don't speak to me of love. You made your feelings clear when advising me to marry Tartuffe, and that's precisely what I'll do.
Well, clearly your mind was already made up. You're just using your father as a feeble excuse to break your promise.
Whatever.
You never loved me.
You say so.
I do say so, and I've got news for you. I know that there's someone out there that I can turn to console me after being spurned by you. Spare me my noble qualities.
I'm sure some of
I
your
see
noble
that no good
qualities
inspiring
will
you.
I'm no great boss. You should have no trouble transferring your heart from me to her.
Only a fool continues to profess his love after he's been cast aside for another.
My, what a noble sentiment.
What, you expect me to just go on and love you forever? Am I to just stick around while you marry another man and not give to someone else the heart that you've rejected?
On the contrary, that's just what I want. I wish it were done already.
That's what you want?
Yep.
Fine. Fine. I know when I'm not wanted. I'll just leave if it'll make you happy.
Fine.
Just remember, you're forcing me to do this.
Okay.
I'm just doing what you want.
I'm just doing what you want.
I'm going.
Good.
Okay? Well, goodbye forever.
See ya.
I'm sorry?
What?
Did you say something?
No.
Oh. I thought you said something.
You must be dreaming.
Yes. Well, goodbye, madam.
Goodbye, sir.
Wait a minute. Valère!
What are you doing? No, Doreen, don't. I'm too angry. She's making me do this.
No, she's not.
No, I've made up my mind.
Whatever.
No, Doreen, I don't want to see him. I'm leaving.
Not again.
Leave me alone.
Shut up.
No, I don't want to see him.
She doesn't want to see me. I'm not staying. Oh, if she can't stand the sight of me.
Stop it.
What are you doing?
Trying to put the two of you back together. You must be insane squabbling like this.
Didn't you hear the way she spoke to me?
You must be nuts losing your temper like that.
Did you see how he treated me?
You're both crazy. You're the only one she wants to marry. Trust me on this. And you. He loves you only and wants nothing more than to be your husband. I bet my life on it.
Then why would you give me that horrible advice?
Well, why would you ask my advice on something like that in the first place?
Come here, you idiots. Give me your hands. Come on.
What good will that do?
Now you.
I don't see the point.
You don't, Tom. You two imbeciles are more in love than you realize. Here.
Oh, come on. Give a poor guy a friendly look, can't you?
It's a plain and simple fact. Lovers are crazy.
There now. But you have to admit, you were being kind of mean to be hurting my feelings like that.
Me? You were the one.
All right. Let's table this discussion for another time. We have to come up with a plan.
Tell us what we should do, Doreen.
All right. Your father's plan is insane, but I think it's best if we play along with it for now. That way, Mary Ann, you can delay this proposed marriage if you have to. In the meantime, you two should be seen together. Valère, start telling your friends of this broken promise. In the meantime, we'll alert Cleon and try to enlist Eleanor's help.
No matter what happens, you're my sole source of hope.
I may not change my father's mind, but I promise to never give myself to anyone but you.
Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, time to go.
You fill me with joy.
And even though heaven may stand in
Blah,
our way,
blah, blah. I know. Get out of here.
May lightning strike me even as I speak. May all men call me cowardly and weak. No, don't try and stop me. Nothing can keep me from taking matters in my own hands.
Take it easy. Your father only talked about it. That's all. People never do everything they say they're going to do.
No, I must stop that scoundrel's machinations. I'm going to tell that scoundrel off. I'm seriously out of patience.
Will you relax? Let your stepmother handle him as she does your father. She has some influence over Tartuffe. He agrees with everything she says and may even be in love with her. I hope to God he is. That can only help our cause. Elmira's on your side on this. She wants to see what side Tartuffe stands on this whole wedding nonsense and to let her know how many people would be hurt by it. Go now. I'll arrange things when he comes downstairs.
What? No, I want to stay.
Absolutely not. They have to be alone together.
No, please, I'll be quiet.
Fool. We all know what a hothead you are. You ruin everything. Just go.
No, please, I just want to watch.
Quit being a brat. He's coming. Can you just go?
Laurent, would you please put away my Bible and my flagellator and continue to pray for heaven's instruction? And if anybody asks where I've gone, tell them I'll be at the local prison, giving to the poor prisoners there the last few coins I have left.
What a faker.
I believe you wish to see me.
No, actually, it's the madam who wants.
Oh, good God! Here, take my handkerchief before you say another word.
What for?
Cover your bosom. I can't bear to see it. Sights such as that are harmful to the mind and give rise to sinful thoughts.
Wow. You must be awfully susceptible to temptation if a little glimpse of flesh has that much effect on you. I'm not so easily aroused. You could be standing there, butt naked, and your sorry carcass couldn't tempt me in the least.
You will please temper your speech with a degree of modesty, or I shall be forced to make my leave of you.
Get over yourself. Besides, I'm leaving you. The madam will be down soon and would like to have a word with you.
Gladly. Will she be long?
No, in fact.
May heaven, whose infinite goodness we adore, preserve your body and soul forevermore, and bless your days according to the love I humbly offer to the Lord above.
Thank you. Shall we sit down?
Are you feeling better after your illness?
Much better, thank you. The fever is broken.
My prayers are not significant enough to have secured this blessing from on high, but of all the devout petitions I made to heaven, there was not one in which your immediate recovery was not mentioned.
Such zeal was unnecessary.
Well, no one can pray too much when it comes to your well-being. I would gladly have sacrificed my own health for yours.
Oh, that's taking Christian charity a bit too far, I think, but I thank you for your kindness.
Well, I do far less for you than you deserve.
I wanted to speak to you in private about a certain matter.
I am delighted to be alone with you. Such is a moment I have beseeched heaven to grant me, although my prayers have not been answered until now.
Well, I won't keep you long. I just hope you'll be perfectly frank with me and hold nothing back.
And I hope that, well, you will accord me with the singular favor of allowing me to express all that is in my heart and assure you that, well, all of my objections to your admiring visitors was not out of
that's
malice.
precisely how I took it, for I knew that you were prompted merely out of concern for the good of my soul.
Quite so. In such great fervor do I feel
Oh,
that...
you're hurting me.
Oh. Oh. Sorry. It was merely from overexuberance. You see, I only wished
What
to...
are you doing?
I was feeling the material of your pants. How soft.
Well, please don't. I'm very ticklish.
That's such marvelous lacework. It's amazing what they can do these days. Things are much better than they used to be.
Yes, they are, but let us return to our business. Now, they tell me that my husband intends to break his promise to Valère and give his daughter to you. Is this true?
Yes, I believe you mentioned something about it, but to tell you the truth, madame, that is not where my happiness lies.
Because you are not attracted to worldly things.
Well, my heart is not made of stone, you know.
I'm sure your thoughts are all turned toward heaven. Your desires are not concerned with anything here below.
To love eternal beauties far above is not to be immune to other love. Our senses are quite rightly captivated by the perfect works our Maker has created. It shows itself in others by reflection, but you alone display its true perfection. Oh, I cannot look at you, O flawless creature, and not admire the author of all nature. And my first reaction was to be afraid this passion must be a trap the devil has laid, so I avoided you as a temptation that might stand in the way of my salvation. But finally I knew, gracious beauty, that passion need not be at odds with duty. You are my peace, my solace, my salvation. On you depends my bliss or desolation. You must decide what lies ahead of me, celestial bliss or utter misery.
Oh my, that was a very gallant declaration, but I must confess, of course, to being a little surprised. After all, a pious man like you should restrain his
I may be a pious man, but I am, after all, only human. And when a man is confronted with a beauty as divine as yours, his heart will have its way and does not stop to think. When all is said and done, I am no angel, and if I have offended you with this declaration of mine, then, well, you must blame it on your own enchanting loveliness. Since I first laid eyes on you, you have become the mistress of my being. Your inexpressibly sweet glances have conquered prayer, fasting, and tears. Your beauty has become the object of all my former vows. And if you were to condescend to notice my insignificance, O marvel of delight, I will reward you with unparalleled worship and devotion. Your reputation is not at risk. You need not fear disgrace because of me. Other men may brag of their conquests and boast about their affairs, but men like me burn with hidden passion. We take care of our reputations and know how to be discreet. Those who accept our hearts find love without scandal, and pleasure without fear.
All right, you've made your intentions known. You couldn't have expressed it clearer. But pray, let me ask, aren't you the least bit concerned about whether or not I'm in the mood to share your passion for me with my husband? And that after hearing of your declaration of love, that he might want to rethink his affection for you?
Whoops. I know you, man. You are far too charitable to do that. Besides, when you look in the mirror and see the beauty that has transformed me so, I'm sure that you will forgive my audacity and accept the fact that I am not blind. And like all men, merely flesh and blood.
Well, other women may react differently, but I choose to use discretion whenever possible. I will say nothing of this whatsoever to my husband. However, I have one thing to ask of you. I would ask that you give your approval and support openly and freely to the marriage of Marianne to Valere, and renounce all intention of furthering your own happiness at the expense of two people who clearly love and deserve one another.
No, madam, no. I heard everything, and the truth must come out. Now, I finally have my chance to punish his deceit and arrogance, and give Father clear and shocking proof of the black figure of his dear Tartuffe.
No, Dominique, he's going to rectify things. I gave my word. Don't make me break it. Good wives laugh off such trifles and forget them. Why should they tell their husbands and upset them?
You may have your reasons for keeping quiet, but I have my reasons too. Spare him? Please. His hypocrisy has made enough trouble for our family, and he continues to take advantage of Father. Father must be made to see what a two-faced swine
Dominique!
is. No, my mind's made up. Oh, look. Here comes Father now. Father, here's a new development that may well come as a surprise to you. This gentleman just tried to repay your kindness by dishonoring me. I just caught him making a scandalous proposition to Madame, whose generosity and desire for discretion was so strong, she wanted to keep it a secret from you. I cannot let such injustice go unrecognized in this house by keeping it a secret from you.
Well, I don't believe a wife should trouble her husband's peace of mind by reporting such nonsense to him. Honor doesn't depend on reporting silliness like this. All that matters is that we women know how to defend ourselves against it. Don't be Philippe Cornell. The decision to tell your father was mine to make. You had no right to interfere.
My God, can what they say be true?
Yes. Yes, dear brother, it is true. I am guilty. I am a miserable sinner filled with inadequacy. I am the greatest villain that has ever lived. My whole life has been nothing but a progression of one wicked deed of corruption after another. And I see now that heaven is taking the opportunity to punish me for all of my past sins. Whatever crimes I am now accused of, I would not dream of denying. And please, I'm praying to you, please, believe everything he says of me, and do not hold back your anger in any way, shape, or form. Treat me as if I were a guilty criminal and drive me from your home. Though whatever shame is now heaped upon me, I shall deserve it, and much, much more.
You traitor! How dare you tarnish this man's purity with your lies?
You're not going to fall for this hypocrite's false confessions, are you?
Quiet, be quiet, you ungrateful wretch!
Brother, please. It would be better for you to believe him. I want you to. After all, how can you be so certain he's not telling the truth? I mean, you don't know me. Not really. You can't judge people because of their appearances. I might very well be everything he says I am. You can't judge me because of how I look. I know that everyone says that I'm a virtuous, righteous man, but, well, the truth is, I'm worthless. So yes, dear boy, call me a liar, traitor, sinner, thief, monster, murderer, call me even worse. I will not contradict you. Oh, and I am willing, here and now, to suffer the shame I deserve for my unworthy life.
My brother, this is too much. Now don't you feel bad, you reptile? Huh? Shut up, you little snot. Please, rise up, my brother. You punk!
Oh, okay, so, like, he can...
I said shut up. If you say one more word, I'll break every bone in your body.
For the love of God, brother, please don't let your anger get the best of you. I would rather you punish me than for me to stand by and let Tommy endure the slightest harm on my account.
Punk!
Leave him in peace. If I must, I will get on my knees and beg you to forgive
You
him.
shall do no such thing. Do you see how good he is to you, you little pig?
So he...
Be quiet.
Wait, so I can't even...
No, I know why you hate him. Everyone hates him. Wife, children, and servant. You're all trying to drive this decent, holy person from my company. But the more determined you are to drive him out, the more determined I am to keep him here. In fact, I'm going to hurry up the marriage between him and your sister, just to confound the pride of this entire family.
So you really are going to make Mary marry this guy?
Yes, you little brat. I'll do it tonight, just to spite you. Now apologize.
What?
Get down on your knees and beg forgiveness from this man.
I'm not going to apologize to this imposter.
What? How you dare defy me? That is it. Don't try to hold me back. That's right. Leave, and don't you dare come back. I hereby disinherit you. You hear me? You're disinherited. Can you believe that?
Oh, merciful heaven! Oh, please, brother, forgive him for the pain he has caused me. You have no idea how much it saddens me to learn how intense some people are blackening my good name to you. Oh, such ingratitude is like a dagger in my heart. My heart? Oh God, my heart is so heavy I fear it may kill me.
You ungrateful! I should have killed you when I had the chance! Please, don't upset yourself, brother.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I see now that I have brought nothing but great trouble upon you and your whole house. I think it would be better for everyone if if I just leave.
What? Leave? You can't be serious.
Everyone hates me here. Oh, and it's clear now that they will not rest until they've turned you against me.
Who cares? You think I listen to them?
Not today. But the same stories that seem so ridiculous now might not seem so fantastic down the road.
Never, brother. Never.
Oh, brother. I know how a wife can influence her husband's mind.
No. No.
Let me leave and thereby remove any reason for them to attack me any further.
No. You must stay. I'll die without you.
Oh, well, we can't have that. No, I'll sacrifice myself and stay.
Splendid.
Although,
Yes?
well, you know how it is. People talk. One's reputation is a delicate thing, so to avoid any gossip, I shall avoid your wife and she will never see me.
No. You shall see her all the time. And people can say what they like. In fact, nothing will give me more pleasure than to annoy them. In fact, to really defy them, I shall make you my heir. Oh, I shall go this very moment and draw up the deed, making you the sole recipient of all of my worldly possessions. Why, a dear friend chosen by me to be my son-in-law is closer to me than any son, wife, or child. Do you accept my offer?
May his will be done in all things.
Excellent. Let's go and draw up the deed, and let them burst with disappointed greed. Whoa. Are you coming, my brother?
In a moment, my brother. I wish to pray for strength and guidance.
Poor fellow.
I'd like to think that the accusations about you are false and clearly Domine behaved very badly. However, wouldn't a true Christian forgive Domine? Give up all thoughts of revenge. That's the Christian thing to do, isn't it? Turn the other cheek. Is this incident really a reason to allow a father to drive away his own son? Really? How could you live with yourself? Why not let the matter drop? We lose the good man that patched up things between the father and his son.
I would love to. I feel no bitterness towards Dari. I've forgiven him. I would do anything I could for the boy, but, well, you see, the interests of heaven forbid it. If Dari were to return, I would have to leave. The two of us remaining in the same house, why, it would be scandalous. What would people think? They would assume that I was being deceptive in some way. That I was living under the same roof as Dari, only after striking a bargain with the boy to keep the whole matter between us.
Please, don't try and dazzle me with your palaver. Your arguments are much too convoluted. Does heaven really need your help in punishing sinners? If it's God, that's his job. Your job is to forgive. And to follow the Lord's commandments every once in a while. Surely the silliest what people think is not keep you from the glory of the noble act. Come on, do the right thing. What would Jesus do?
I already told you, sir, I've forgiven the boy in my heart, which is precisely what heaven has told me to do. But after today's scandal and barrage of insults, heaven does not wish that I remain in the same house as him.
Does heaven wish you to incur justly father's actions? and accept a whole bit of fortune of which you have no legal claim.
Those who truly know me would know that I would never act out of self-interest. Worldly possessions hold no interest to me. If I were to accept this generous gift, which his father wishes to give me, it would only be, believe me, to keep it from falling into the wrong hands, and to use it instead, as I intend to, for the greater glory of God and for the welfare of my fellow men.
Please, sir, don't let excessive scruples of might defraud this young man. Even if he did misuse his inheritance, it would look better that you allowed him to make the mistake rather than you taking everything from him. I'm surprised you have no misgivings about this. Doesn't it bother you that you would be depriving the rightful heir of what he has coming to him? And if heaven does tell you that there is an insurmountable obstacle to living in the same house as Omni, shouldn't you, as the virtuous man, withdraw rather than allow the family son to be driven out on account of you?
I am so sorry, but it is 3:30, and that means I must go upstairs and perform my religious duties. If you'll excuse me, sir.
Father, please, I'm begging you. In the name of heaven, please waive your rights as a father and release me from my obligation to obey you in this matter. Please don't make this life you gave me a misery, Father. If you must take away my hopes and forbid me to marry the man I love, then please, I'm begging you, on my knees. Please don't make me marry a man I detest. Please don't make me take some desperate measure we'll both regret.
Come on, Marianne, you are really overreacting.
Your affection for him doesn't bother me. Let him have it. Let him have all your money and mine as well. I don't want it. But don't let him have me too. I beg of you. Let me enter a convent instead. Let me enter a convent and live there for the rest of my unhappy days.
Young women become very religious when their fathers challenge their romantic ideas. Come on, sweetie, get up. You are being silly.
If I might offer a word of advice,
Brother, I always value your advice. However, on this matter, I'm going to do without it.
Sometimes, I swear, I don't even know you. Your blindness on this matter simply astonishes me. You must be really infatuated with this man to doubt all our words, despite what took place today.
With all due respect, madame, I know what I have seen, and that is what I go by. As for that no-good son of mine, you have always spoiled him much too much. Now, I know you were afraid to condemn him for trying to play a trick on Tartuffe, but come on, really? If his accusations had been true, you would have been much more upset than you were.
Does a foolish declaration of love really harm a woman's honor? Is there really no other way to react than glaring eyes and a raging tongue when they say such things to us? Personally, I find advances such as his hilarious. What's the point in making a fuss? Should I have screamed bloody murder and tried to scratch his eyes out? Please, cool rejection is more than enough to handle unwanted affection.
Well, I know what happened, and I'm not changing my mind.
Wow. I gotta tell you, honey, pretty impressed with your stubbornness on this matter. Okay. Would you change your mind if we showed you we were all telling the truth?
Show?
Yes.
Nonsense.
Really? Even if I could prove it without a doubt?
Never gonna happen.
You are such a guy. Listen, I'm not asking you to trust us. I'm simply saying, what if you were in a place where you could see and hear everything? What would you say about your precious Tartuffe then?
I wouldn't say anything because there is nothing to prove.
All right, that's it. I'm tired of your insistence that I'm lying to you. Will you excuse us, please? Tell Monsieur Tartuffe that I wish to speak with him.
he's very clever. You may not be able to trick him.
No, it's easy to be fooled by what we want. Our vanity is always ready to betray us. Get under the table.
What?
Get under the table.
What? What's under there?
For God's sake, will you just get under the table? I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
You'll be glad you did. Now, be forewarned. You're going to hear me say things that you may find shocking. You're going to hear me being very sweet with him and playing up to his lecherous advances. Since you have left me no choice, I am now forced to coax this hypocrite into dropping his mask and revealing his true face. Come on, get under there and get good and sure he can't see you. Now, I'm going to pretend to give in to his advances, but I will stop as soon as you are convinced. Remember, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this to trap him, but things will only go so far as you wish them to. Do you understand? It will be up to you to come out and bring his crazy passion to a halt as soon as you are convinced, okay? Please, do not subject your wife to any more humiliation than necessary to convince you of his treachery. All right, here he comes.
I understand that you wish to see me.
Yes, I had something private I wanted to share with you, but please make sure all the doors are shut this time. I don't want a repeat of this morning's incident. Oh my God, I was so scared. I mean, you saw. I did everything I could to keep Dummy from telling my husband, but, well, things turned out for the best in the end. In fact, my husband is so concerned about the gossip that he might insist we be alone together as much as possible to prove to everyone that he doesn't care what they think. You know what that means? It means that I now turn to passion, but perhaps I've said too much.
I'm a little confused. Earlier you sang a much different tune.
Oh, did that bother you? How little you know a woman's heart and what it means when we resist in such a feeble manner. Of course I had to object. It's what's expected of us. But I knew you could see through my protestations. You know we women say one thing when we really mean another. Rejecting is simply a promise for something else. What I'm trying to say is, I've given up the fight. Would I react the way I did with Dummy if your declaration of love was entirely unwelcome on my part? Why do you think I objected to the marriage? I couldn't bear the thought of your affections going elsewhere.
Oh, wow, Madame. It is such a delight to hear such words from the lips of someone one loves. The honey that trickles through me is one that the mouth has never tasted. My heart is blessed by your confessions. Although, well, please forgive this heart of mine if it dares to doubt its own happiness. You might be trying honorably to prevent the proposed marriage. Let me be frank. I cannot trust those delicious words you have just spoken unless you give me some evidence that you really mean them. Your behavior must assure me of your feelings.
Hey, whoa! It was torturous for me making that confession. Isn't that enough for you? Will you only be satisfied with my complete surrender?
The less we dream, the less we dare to hope. Since I do not believe I deserve your kindness, my heart cannot believe the happiness it dares to dream of. And after all, actions do speak louder than words. I'm beginning to think they'll have to.
Whoa! Slow down a little. My, you're merciless. Give a girl a chance to catch her breath. I mean, you don't want to take advantage of my fondness for you, do you?
Oh, if you look upon my advances with a favorable eye, then why refuse me convincing proof?
Oh, well, how could I consent without offending heaven, of which you speak so often?
Oh, if fear of heaven is all that stands between me and my passion, that is an obstacle I can easily remove.
You seem so certain. I mean, taking on heaven, that sounds pretty scary.
Oh, let me dispel any fears you might have, Madame. It's true that heaven forbids certain indulgences, but trust me on this. I know how to handle heaven. Heaven can be negotiated. I can teach you how things work, Madame. Allow yourself to be led by me and everything will be all right. Satisfy my desire and you will have nothing to worry about. I'll take all the sin upon myself. Mind, that's a nasty coffee up there.
It's driving me insane.
Want a cough drop?
Trust me, it won't help.
That must be aggravating.
You have no idea.
Oh, Madam, no one will know our joys, save us alone. And there's no evil until the act is known. It It's scandal, madame, that makes it an offense, and it's no sin to sin in confidence.
All right, I see now that I'll simply have to come to terms with the fact that I must give you everything you want. It's no use hoping that anything less will satisfy you. And since you clearly insist on me giving you choice up, since you obviously require more proof, I resign myself to do what is required of me. Remember, I'm doing this for you. If consenting carries with it some guilt, so much the worse for the one who forces me. It's not my fault.
Yes, madame, I'll take all the blame.
Wait. Could you go into the hallway and make sure my husband isn't there?
What are you worried about him for? Hey, between you and me, the guy's a moron. He likes seeing us together. And trust me, by now I have him seeing everything and believing nothing.
I know, sweetie, but could you just do it for me? It'll help me relax. Please.
I'm starting to think that fellow has not been completely straight with me.
You think?
No, seriously. It's all too much for me. I can't get over it.
What, coming out so soon? You can't possibly be convinced. Get back into the table, you should be absolutely convinced.
My God, hell itself has never produced anything more wicked.
Why jump to conclusions? You should be good and sure. No, really, get back into the table. You might be making a mistake. You imbecile!
Well, madame, everything is as I hoped. I checked all the doors and rooms, and there's no one to be found. And now, on to my rapture.
Easy, boy. You're letting your feelings run away from you. So, my good saintly man, going behind my back and making a fool of me, huh? You were going to marry my daughter, and all the while lust after my wife, is that it? Oh, I suspected you from the start. But now I've seen enough. Yes, I've seen quite enough. I don't need to see anymore. I'm satisfied. I'm sorry it had to come to this.
What? You think that...
Enough. I want you out of this house immediately.
But brother, I was merely trying.
That sort of talk won't help you anymore. Now get out of this house. Now!
I don't think so. No. I don't think I'll be going anywhere. Are you forgetting something? This house belongs to me now, and it's you that will be leaving. Oh, you chose the wrong guy to pick a fight with. I have the means of pushing back, of exposing and punishing your hypocrisy, of avenging this affront to heaven. And to make you sorry, you dare try and throw me out of this house.
Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what do you mean, uh-oh? What?
I'll explain everything, but first I have to see if there's still a certain box upstairs.
Box? What box?
Just come on.
What box?
All right, the first thing we have to do is figure out what we're going to do.
It's that box. That box. The box is what worries me more than anything else.
All right, what's so important about this box?
My dear friend Argus left it with me for safekeeping before he left the country. He trusted me with it. He said his life and family depended on the documents in that box. He gave it to me with great secrecy.
Then why would you trust it with someone else?
It was weighing on my conscience. I confessed my concerns to that scoundrel Tartuffe. He convinced him to let him keep it for me. That way, if anyone asked about it, I could say without lying that I didn't have it.
Uh-huh. I think you're in trouble. Maybe you should have provoked him there at the end.
But what could I do? To think I trusted that hypocrite. Well, that's it. From now on, I will never trust a religious man ever again. I'll avoid all men of God like the plague and treat them as the devils that they are.
Orgon. Why do you always have to go to such extremes? Alright, so you've discovered your error now. You can see how you've been taken in by false piety. Good, learn from it. Don't turn around and fix your mistake by making an even bigger one. What good is refusing to differentiate between awful men like Tartuffe and genuinely good men? There are truly devout people in this world, Orgon. Just learn to distinguish between virtue and outward appearance of it. Keep a sense of proportion, and don't be so quick to give your trust. And if you do make another error in judgment, I would err on the same side as the last time.
Is it true, Father? Is that rogue really using all the gifts you've given me against you?
Yes, my boy, it is a bitter pill your father is forced to swallow.
You say the word Father, and I'll fix that scoundrel so he never bothers you again.
Typical young man's talk. Take it easy, Johnny. We don't solve our problems with violence.
What the hell is going on around here?
I've been stabbed in the back. I rescue a man out of poverty, take him into my own home, give him my own daughter and everything I have. Not only does this scoundrel try and seduce my wife, but is trying to ruin me and throw me into the street by that which I have given him out of my own kindness.
Poor fellow.
My son, I cannot believe that he could do such an evil thing.
What?
Men of principle are always envied. I know how much everyone hates him around here. When you were a young boy, I told you 1,000 times that virtue in this world is hated ever. Malicious men may die, but malice never.
What has that got to do with anything?
Clearly, people have made up stories about him.
I'm telling you, Mother, I saw him with my own eyes.
The tongues of spite are busy night and noon, and to their venom no man is immune.
I saw him with my own eyes. Do you understand what I am saying? I saw him.
Appearances can be deceiving. You cannot always judge by what you see.
I may lose my mind.
Everyone's a victim of false suspicion, and good deeds are oftentimes misinterpreted.
Am I to believe the man was trying to seduce my wife out of Christian charity?
If you are to accuse someone, you have to have a very good reason, and wait until you are absolutely sure of things.
Oh, so you're saying that I should have waited. I should have just waited until he...
No, he's far too good a man. I just cannot believe that he meant to do what you are saying that he did.
If you weren't my mother, I don't know what I would do. I'm that angry.
It's your turn now, sir, not to be listened to. You wouldn't trust us. Now she won't trust you.
My friends, we are wasting precious time and we should be figuring out what to do. We can't afford to go to sleep in the face of this villain's threats.
You really think he had the nerve to carry them out?
I have trouble believing you have a case. The ingratitude is much too obvious.
He'll find some way of justifying the actions he takes against you. I really wish you hadn't pushed him so far.
What could I do? The
Bastard!
had such colossal nerve that I simply lost control of myself.
It might have cost you everything. If only there was some way of patching things up between the two of you.
Oh, what does this woman want? Find out, will you, Doreen? I'm in no mood for visitors right now.
Good morning, my dear sister. May I please speak with Miss George Orgon?
The master has company at the moment and does not wish to be disturbed.
I do not wish to intrude. In fact, my mission, rather than causing discomfort, will please him.
Your name?
Just tell him I come on behalf of Monsieur Tartuffe on a matter that he says is very satisfying.
There's a soft-spoken woman with business. She says you'll be pleased to hear.
Let's hear what she has to say.
Good health to you, sir. May heaven confound your needs and your joys abound.
Well, that was a pleasant greeting. Perhaps a reconciliation can be made.
I've always been extremely fond of your family. In fact, I used to work for your father.
Oh, forgive me for not recognizing you. What was your name again?
My name is Loyal, and I have been for 40 years. Heaven be praised. Fortunate enough to be a court bailiff, and with your kind permission, I am here to serve you. A notice of eviction.
What?
Now, please, don't be alarmed. It is only in order to leave the premises. You
of my life.
Please be sure, I have no business with you. I am only here to address this gentleman, who is calm and reasonable, and knows the way a respectable man should behave. I know he will not oppose the law. Miss Shore, I know you're not obstruct justice for any reason in the world, and that, being an honorable gentleman, will allow me to carry out my duties.
Why don't you and your duties get out of our house?
Please advise your son, Miss Shore, to hold his tongue. I hate to have to put this in my report, and later testifying to his conduct.
This Madame Loyal seems like a pretty disloyal lady to me.
I'm only civil to the well-to-do. Why? I was only willing to do this to save you from someone who might have less affection for you. I would treat you less gently.
And what could be worse than telling honest people that they have to leave their home?
But I'm giving you time. Why, I'll grant you a stay of execution until tomorrow. 10 of my men will spend the night outside, and for the sake of the form, ask you for the keys to the house before you go to bed. We'll be sure not to trouble you in the least. Then early tomorrow morning, you will remove your personal possessions from the house down to the last spoon. I picked 10 strong men to help you clear things out in a timely fashion. No one, I think, could act more fairly with you than I am. And to repay me for acting so kindly, I hope you will cooperate with me fully.
I'm going to throw this woman out of a window, so help me God. I'm going to throw her out the window.
No. Now, let's not make matters worse. Do it, Father.
Here, let me do it for you.
Please, madam. Give us the document and leave us alone.
Until tomorrow.
May the devil take you and he that sent you! Well, Mother, are you convinced now?
I don't know what to say. I'm stunned.
I don't see what you're complaining about. It's simply Tartuffe's ultimate expression of his love for you. See, he knows that material possessions will corrupt you, so he's robbing you of everything that might stand in the way of your salvation.
Doreen, I better see what I can do.
Go to the authorities and expose this ungrateful impostor. Behavior like his must surely void any contract. His treachery must appear too obvious to allow him to succeed.
I'm very sorry to be bringing you bad news, sir, but I must. You're in grave danger. A relative of mine who works for the state has informed me that Tartuffe has given the king a certain box, which belongs to a political agitator who happens to be a friend of yours. Tartuffe has made accusations to the king, accusing you of treason. I don't know what charges may be pressed, but there's a warrant out for your arrest, and Tartuffe has been instructed, furthermore, to guide the arresting officers to your door.
So that's his game.
The man is a monster.
Please, sir, my carriage is just outside. The smallest delay may be fatal to you. Allow me to take you to a safer site and keep you company throughout your flight.
Alas, dear boy, I wish I could show you my gratitude for everything I owe you.
Do it once, brother. We'll take care of everything here.
Not so fast, monsieur. You won't have to travel far to find lodgings for the night. You're under arrest by order of the king himself.
So this is your final betrayal, you bastard! The culmination of all your treachery.
Your insults cannot annoy me, sir. Heaven has taught me to endure all for its sake.
Listen to him shamelessly taking the name of heaven in vain.
Spare me your outrage, young man. I'm simply here to do my duty.
How very proud you must be.
I saved you from poverty, you ungrateful wretch!
True, but my first obligation must be to my king. Why, my sense of patriotism is so strong that I would sacrifice my friends, family, and by God, even my own life for this great country of ours.
You phony.
If your sense of duty was so strong, why did you wait to turn him in until after he caught you making advances on his wife and threw you out? You've had that boss for some time now. Why did you stick around to accept a wealth and a daughter of someone you knew to be a traitor?
I don't have to explain myself to you. Officers, do your duty.
Yes, it is high time I did my duty. Thank you for reminding me. Sir, I'm here to arrest you by order of the king and escort you directly to prison.
Prison. Me, but why?
Yes, explanations are in order, but not to you. Sir, all is well. Rest easy and be grateful. We serve a king to whom all shame is hateful. A king who sees into every heart and can't be fooled by an impostor's art.
He honors all the best of humankind, but zeal for virtue never makes him blind. Nor does the love of piety numb his wits, and make him tolerant of hypocrites.
penetrated from the start the twisted treatment of that scoundrel's heart. Accusing you, Tartuffe revealed his fate, and by an equitable stroke of fate, led the king to recall his shady fame for crimes committed under his authority. His record is a long and ugly one that would fill 10 volumes and still not be done.
But to be brief, our sovereign was appalled by this man's treachery towards you, which he called the last worst villainy of a vile career, and bade me follow the impostor here, see how gross his impudence could be, and force him to restore your property. Your private papers, by the king's command, I hereby seize and give into your hand.
The king by royal order invalidates the deed which gave this scoundrel your estates.
And finally, he pardoned your offense in harboring and exile's documents. And thus, the courage you once displayed against your enemies shall be repaid.
And shows how heartfelt is his satisfaction in recompensing any worthy action. How much he prizes merit, and how much he sees more of men's virtues than of their mistakes.
Thank God! Finally, I can breathe again.
That turned out better than I expected.
And it's finally over.
Yes. And as for you,
You fiend! Now, brother, don't stoop to his level. Leave the unhappy creature to his fate.
you're right. Let's go and kneel before the throne and thank him for the wisdom that he has shown. And when that first great duty has been done, we'll turn with pleasure to a second one, and give Valere, whose love has proven true, the wedded happiness which is his due.